Hello, this is Mark with Bailey Software. In this tutorial, we'll set up a new account by importing transactions from a file. You may be able to obtain a transaction history file from your broker or fund company's website, or export it from any other software that you may have been tracking your portfolios with, such as Quicken. If you do use a Quicken file, when you export out of Quicken, make sure to include transactions, accounts, and security information. In this tutorial, we are going to import from a Quicken QIF file. So to do the import, you just go to the File menu, select Import, Transactions, and choose the appropriate file type. In the dialog box that comes up, you can choose which files to import. You can either select a specific file, or if you have multiple QIF files that you want imported all at once, you can use this option. You can filter to only import a specific security or all the securities in your QIF files. You can filter by date range, and you can specify the target location of where your import is going to go. Typically, you're going to leave the options as they're shown here, and there's some other import options that typically you're going to leave checked. For our tutorial, we're going to go ahead and select a QIF file, a single QIF file to import from. We're going to import all the securities in this QIF file for all dates, and just press Next. And then the Preview Importing Transactions dialog box comes up and shows all the transactions that are in the file that you just imported from. You can sort this list by any of these columns by clicking on the column header. You can control whether or not a transaction is imported by just checking or unchecking it. Typically, you just leave them all checked. And then this option here at the bottom about automatically recording corresponding entries in the default cash account, you'll typically want to leave that checked. This feature is useful to automatically record entries in cash, such as when you receive a dividend, it'll deposit it into your cash account. We have more information on tracking cash in a separate tutorial that we'll link down below. But once you've reviewed all your transactions, just click Finish. For every new account that's created, you'll be prompted for what to do about the default cash account. You can either create a new investment, which Fund Manager will create for you. You can say don't use a default cash account, or if your import has your cash account already, you can select it from this list. We're going to go ahead and say create a new cash investment for us and just say OK. And that completes our import. Next, we're going to go ahead and retrieve some historical prices for our account. When you retrieve prices, you can get pricing information from the internet from a wide variety of quote servers supported by Fund Manager. To choose which quote servers you're going to use, you can look under Options, Internet Settings. And for current quotes, we're going to go to Yahoo, and for historical quotes, we're going to go to Yahoo Historical. We have a separate tutorial on retrieving prices that we'll also link for if you'd like more information on this. To retrieve historical prices, you can either just press this HST button on the toolbar or use Edit, Internet Retrieve, Historical Prices. For the sake of this tutorial, we'll just retrieve prices back to the beginning of the year. And then wait for that to complete. And then to get current prices for today, you can just click on this button here, PRC, or go to the Edit, Internet Retrieve Prices. We'll use the PRC button this time to get pricing from Yahoo. Okay, our import's complete, and we've retrieved both historical and current prices. Next, we're going to save our data. There are two types of files in Fund Manager. There are investment files and there's portfolio files. Every investment is saved to its own investment file where the transactions and properties of that investment are saved. And then your whole workspace is saved to a portfolio file. So to save, we'll say File, Save All Investments, And then to save our portfolio, the first time you have to give it a name. So we'll use File, Save Portfolio As, and just give it a name. You can use any name that makes sense to you. And typically your data will automatically be saved for you when you exit. Or if you'd like to save at any particular time, just go back to File, Save All Investments, and File, Save Portfolio. And when you exit Fund Manager and restart it, by default the last portfolio file that you saved will automatically come back so that everything comes back just as you left it the last time. Okay, thanks for watching this Getting Started tutorial.